Hey right guys, Traditional Just Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to the fourth season, the first episode of the fourth season of Glee. I've taken a week away from Glee. I typically do 2 episodes a week, but with the finale of season 3, I just wanted to do 1 episode that week and then come into season 4, like just, you know, refreshed, ready for the kind of, I guess, second half of the show. I'm sure like many people on YouTube are mad that they're only getting 1 episode for the finale, but for me it just kind of needed to be a, you know, take a few days away from Glee, then come back ready for this 4th season. I am so curious how these next 3 seasons are going to go for my thoughts on the show, because at the moment the show is solid. Like, they have a lot of great things going for it, a lot of shit as well, like, and it's not so much to do with when the episodes are shit, it's more so to do with the writing and the characters, that they just constantly revert back on the development that they do for certain characters. But the songs are solid, the storylines are solid for the majority of the time. And I'd say, like, especially with season 2 and 3, 80% of those episodes, 70% of those episodes are actually sick. Like, actually, I think 8, 9, 10s kind of thing. And then there were some 7s and 6s, of course, but that's to be expected with every single show, to be fair. Like, even Breaking Bad has a few 7s in there. I don't think a single Breaking Bad episode has below a 7, though. So, yeah, season 4, I'm definitely curious about. As I've said in previous reactions as well, this season and 5 and 6 definitely have mixed opinions. I think 4 seems to have the most majority of people really liking season 4 over 5 and 6. So I'm not too worried about this season. I do think it'll be a step down from season 2 and 3. I'm just kind of going in expecting that, and that's fine because seasons 2 and 3 were so good. And as long as season 4 is still entertaining and solid, then I'll be fine. Some people even said they prefer season 4 to seasons 1, 2 and 3, so I don't know, we could go either way. So it's going in with no expectations, we'll just enjoy it. I do kind of need Rachel and Santana to get together though. That is one thing I definitely need, because it just makes sense. I don't know if I said this in the last reaction, but it's something, I don't ship random characters in shows, but those two just make sense. They make sense at this point. Assuming Rachel could be bi, but she's not mentioned. I don't know if she's just said she's straight up straight, but I mean, we don't know. So, episode 1 of season 4, guys. If you enjoy, remember to leave a like. And if you're new, remember to subscribe. I'm going to try and, again, stick to 2 a week with Glee. I think this is the same episode amount as 1, 2, and 3 with 22 episodes. So if you do want those early and uncut reactions, then a link to the Patreon page will be down below. There should be around 4 or 5 episodes ahead. But yeah, let's do this. Oh, very quickly as well, for those who are unaware, but there should be a video up. I don't know if it'll be up by now or later, but it will be me reacting to all my 10 out of 10 rating for songs from Glee seasons 1, 2, and 3, and then my 9 out of 10 ratings as well. That should be in a video. It was kind of live streamed on Twitch. Just putting in a highlight video of every single song uncut. And then I'm going to do the same with seasons 4, 5, and 6 when we get to the end of this show as well. Nyada, here we go.
Cut off a butt cheek, because you need to drop a few.
Is she trying to be the Sue Sylvester of Nyada then?
Hold it. I'm sorry. So did you come all the way to New York City to show me how to run my class?
No,
What?
I came to learn. Okay.
Teachers like this, sometimes I get it when they're like super hard and like trying to, you know, form out the students, but ones like this where they're just trying to be hard just for the sake of it. You're trying to take over my class? What, because she's walking around the room?
You suck.
Right. Well, she doesn't. She's sick. So, pipe down. Oh my god. 100% gay.
100% gay.
Oh, he's still alive and his hair's not changed at all. At least Jacob changed his hair.
And I'm a werewolf.
What the fuck's going on?
With Mike Chang a week after tattooing Mike
What?
Chang forever on your hip because the long distance thing was too hard.
What? Where's... How? They were together since season 1.
Well, I haven't officially met her. She's usually busy with company, but she sounds nice.
She said sounds nice. That could be a hint that she's bi. The classic singing in the shower. And he's not even that good of a singer. Okay.
Figured I'd stop by McKinley and meet their newest edition.
Yo, he looks suave. Oh, she has a baby. The storyline that came out of nowhere, which I will still be sticking by.
Yes, Coach Sylvester?
I need you to change.
Was this Quinn 2.0?
Wade, unique.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's a great newcomer, Mercedes. I thought you graduated.
Where we're different was celebrated.
Brit! Oh! We're just gonna move on from what Brittany just said. Okay, our first song of season 4, let's go. And ISO, isn't it? But it's a tune as well. This is a tune, I don't give a fuck, this is a tune. And the actual song is a tune. I actually 13 it to Brittany. Sorry. Yo, these 4 are quite good, you know.
Who's the new Rachel?
Go on. He's not going to say it, it'll be like me. I'm going to give that one a 9. She kind of looks like Suki from True Blood. Suki! Suki!
You guys are the Glee Club, right?
You guys are the Glee Club, man.
I'm a sophomore.
Is that Supergirl?
Maybe you should just save Unique for performances and be Wade the rest of the time.
No! Why did that just happen? Oh my god.
They took a picture of her last Christmas, still printing.
Hey, right, Artie?
No, not right. Oi, please, Artie. That scene was trash. Oh, is that her mom?
Glee audition.
Oh, mad. You see what I mean? They just don't learn anything. Like, oh, we don't bully people anymore.
What's your problem now?
There's just alcohol on your breath.
I want to hear Rachel sing, please. Oh, mad. Okay, forget the Rachel idea. Is this Halsey? Dragging her along the floor. Get out of here, throw her out window. That was like a 7. Alright, who's this prick? Oh god, he's gonna be good in it because it whips out the piano. Oh, okay. Okay, just Jake. Oh, this is a tune as well. Remember when this played out in Vampire Diaries? Yo, we should react to the Vampire Diaries from episode 1 just for the bands.
Thank you.
What?
We've seen enough. Thank you.
Yeah, that was so childish. So, Jake's a little boy. They very clearly thought you were going to be in. Am I wrong? No? I was going to rate that, but I'm not going to now, you know. I'm not rating that song. Because it didn't finish, so I'm not. It would have been like an 8 maybe, but... Oh, this is a tune as well. Hitman vibes. Hitman. She's butchering it, but it is a tune.
Impress me.
Oh, God.
Singing New York State of Mind.
Written by Billy Joel.
Wait, what?
Popularized by one Miss
Barbara Streisand.
Oh, are they cross-cutting it? I don't care. I just want to see Rachel. I will. Oh, are they trying to make out this character's the new Rachel? Don't. Just don't. Okay. Didn't love the song, but the voices are... Oh, sit down, you twat. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Nice.
It was good. It was really good, but I didn't love the song. Here we go. Oh, just Jake's actually a character. Is she alright? What's she doing? She's like... Calm down with your head. What do you expect me? You threw a tantrum.
New Rachel is
Me.
Blaine.
That,
Brittany, you were a close.
I mean,
Came in third.
wow. Yeah, that's actually the best choice you've ever made.
You didn't have any friends. I won't let that happen again. This is your shot to sit
That's
at the top.
brutal. Like, the Glee Club are little shits. Well, like, not all of them. It was just Brittany and Artie. But no one piped up or said out, so...
But I can't just go to New York.
You don't
Kurt's face looks really different. Is he thinner? Is his face thinner, I think? Oh, this is a tune as well. Is it Imagine Dragons? I think. Yo, this could be an absolute banger if they nail it. Yeah, this is gonna be a banger. Yo, turn it up. I like all the cup stuff as well. When this was like a trend back in the day. Blaine's solo, yo, you can't top him. Well, you can maybe with Rachel, but oh, that was sick. Yo, that was sick. I'm tempted for a 10. Just because yeah, I'm gonna go at 10. Fuck it.
Because she's my mom.
Oh, well, there you go. That secret was held for long
You
enough.
guys were different.
Yeah, you're all trash, to be fair. Oh, cringe. They're trying a bit too early to do these speeches, I'm sorry. Maybe episode 2, episode 1, this guy's trying to be smooth criminal. Like, let's see her be lonely a bit before we try and do these speeches.
And you got guts. Good, I like it.
I hate this. Yo, all these new characters are trash. J.K. Simmons worked because he was threatening. She's just annoying. And the just dipped out from Blaine, by the way. Like, they've had more of an emotional goodbye than him and Blaine.
best thing about Glee Club is it's not about labels. If you can sing...
Not about labels! You just all told Unique to stop being unique. Oh, am I blind?
Say that.
We came to apologize.
I think being
No, stop. No, you can't do this scene every single time and then have the Glee Club shut up and then have the Glee Club, like, fuck up again.
I mean, where else could I dress like this and be welcomed with open arms?
You weren't! They told you not to! They literally said, can you not do that? Like idiots. You weren't welcome to...
You wanted to see me?
Yes, I wanted to talk to you about your audition.
Let me just throw this chair out.
You don't know me. You don't know my life.
Right.
Brother Jake, Puckerman.
Oh, yeah, where's Puck? Don't
When I
take
saw you
him
were
in.
related to him, I realized how much good Glee Club did him. I
Oh,
didn't want to take a chance on you.
wow, can we not?
Got
This
to
guy...
get that chip off your shoulder.
I like that he kind of has a connection to Puck, that adds a bit more, but... You know, they slap him with the songs this app. Where's Finn? Where's Puck? Where's Santana? Where's Quinn? They should have given this song to someone else. Okay, Blaine, going. Blaine smashing it again. Saving the day. Okay, that was good, but it doesn't work in between them. I can't hear what she's saying! They should have added that after the song was done. Sorry, that did not work in cutting between the song.
Maybe you should move out and find a new roommate.
Oh, he's gonna be behind her. Yeah. How would you just find her in New York? Oh, I'm just in New York and I found you. What, did you track a signal? That's some bullshit, I'm sorry. That was a mess. That entire scene. I want to give that a 9 because the song was good, but I'm giving it an 8 for that terrible editing. Oh, they should have had that scene after the song, and then the last moment was them two hugging. That would have been way better. And also the fact that, how did Kurt find her in New York? Unless she told him where she was, and then he'd have to travel across New York to find her anyway. That didn't make sense. A lot of Glee doesn't make sense, and I know I'm one to pick apart a little shit like that, but usually there's not that much to pick apart, and then that just didn't make sense, and then the editing was shit. That's left a sour taste in my mouth. That in those final 3 minutes. Fuck's sake, not in the final 3, just the final minute. Why did they splice it in between the song? That was like a good song, and they just cuts to Rachel like, and then it cuts away so quick they didn't even get what's going on. And then it did it again, you can't even hear it because his character's booming up voice over it. Okay, that's episode 1 of Glee season 4. That scene aside, this was a very good episode. I think this is a very strong start into the season. I'm actually surprised by how much I liked this episode because, again, I thought it'd be kind of I think this was a better start than season 3. This episode was better than the premiere of season 3, so there's that. We didn't see Finn, and I said in the last reaction, I don't actually know if Corey had passed away at this point. I'm like 95% sure he did season 4 and then passed away, I think. But I could be wrong, it could have been after season 3. I feel like maybe the patrons or Discord would have mentioned though if he passed away at the end of season 3. Because maybe I would have seen something like, oh, Corey's final episode kind of thing. So I feel like it is season 5, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm like 95% sure. So I think maybe it's just them not showing. And I think because there were other characters kind of missing from this episode, that makes me think that they're just holding off on showing certain characters, which I think was a very good idea. I think it's good that they didn't have Quinn in there, Puck, Santana, and Finn as well. And Mike, they had like one mention of Mike, he wasn't even there, Mercedes wasn't even there. So there's a lot of characters that they didn't show, and I think that was a good idea because it kind of makes you want to watch the next episode or whenever they kind of show those characters. Santana was the one I thought we'd see the most just because she's in New York as well. Brittany didn't even mention her. She might have done when Jacob was interviewing everyone, I might have just missed it, but a lot of verbal diarrhea comes out of Brittany, so I just don't really take it on board. So yeah, that putting those characters aside, I think was a good move. Focusing half the episode kind of on Rachel and her struggling a bit, which I think is a good storyline. I think it makes sense to have Rachel struggle with being there alone, but they should have spent more time with that. They should have waited off until the second episode to kind of show that she's really struggling being by herself. Because I think they mentioned that she's been there for a week and she's struggling, which is fine. Like, yeah, you're going to miss people after a week. I get that. But I feel like we didn't really see her being alone or struggling. All we saw was her lying in a bed while her neighbour banged some guy. And then the only other time we saw her kind of a bit upset was when the teacher was kind of screaming at her. That was really it. I felt like we should have had this episode and then show more of her being alone in episode 2 instead of her just looking at pictures of Finn and just being kind of being like the guy trying to do the speech like, oh, you're going to be great. It's okay to be alone. You've got me and you're going to be a rising star. And it's just like, it's too early for this shit. Like, I feel like doing that stuff in the premiere was kind of a mistake. And Kurt coming to New York, very clearly, they had no clue what to do with Kurt in this season. Well, obviously in the season now they know what to do. I'm just saying when they went to the writing board and they're like, what should we do with Kurt? I mean, we didn't put him into Niada, so we could have him just kind of hanging about, and then they realised that's a shit storyline, so they were like, fuck, we really gotta fix what we did with Kurt, so let's just send him off to New York like he was meant to anyway. Just put him in Niada at the end of season 3. If you'd just done that, then you wouldn't have to do this storyline of him leaving and having this terrible goodbye between him and Blaine, which they could have done at the end of season 3. I felt like they wanted to do Kurt not getting into Niada at the end of season 3 as like this huge twist and like a shock moment. But then when it came to them writing season 4, they were like, shit, that was actually a terrible idea because now we don't know what to do with him. And they've just retconned it and have him go to New York anyway. Like, what was the point? I know he's not in Niada, so it's not like he's in the school or whatever, but it's just kind of pointless. I feel like maybe it'll work if he doesn't apply for Niada and just does his own thing and applies for Broadway and does his own little jobs or whatever. I feel like that will make sense. But if he's just going to somehow work his way into Niada, that's just going to be such a waste of time and very clearly not knowing what they want to do with his character. So we shall see, but I felt like that was a little bit ridiculous with Kurt. And like I said, him and Blaine not even saying goodbye. I know Blaine's song was kind of meant to be that, but come on. I liked his goodbye with Bert though. That was cool. The new characters, I am unsure on all of them. That's like, I think that's fair. They're new characters kind of coming into a 4th season of a show of a cast of characters that were already really strong. Jake, I don't like. I feel like he's just any character that's just Puck wasn't even really like that, like throwing shit around, being. I know he had like anger issues for sure, but he was just doing the bully thing, like he's being the bully. Where Jake, I don't know, there's something about him just being like, meh, throwing that thing on the floor. It's just like, come on, man, what the fuck? And scrunching up the paper, just being mad. Like, I don't like him. I like that he has a connection to Puck, like, okay, I guess, but. And I'm sure there'll be a storyline with Puck later on down the line. I just don't like him. We had the new set of bullies, whatever that's about. I said what I need to say about Rachel's teacher. I feel like she's just trying to be that, you know, hard-ass teacher, but she's just not. She's just a knob. You trying to take over my school? No, I'm just dancing. Like, I'm literally just dancing. How am I trying to take over the school? I feel like that's the problem. Like, you look at Whiplash, which is a perfect example of a teacher who's a hard-ass. Like, when he goes hard on people, it's like you can kind of see why he's doing it. Whereas here, I was just like, why? It's like, I'm trying to motivate you. No, you're not. You're being a twat. So that she's a knob. The only character that I feel like maybe has some potential is the. I'm going to search up if that's Supergirl, you know. And I'm also going to search how far Ohio is from New York. Ohio to New York. Oh, I love that. That's the first thing that comes up. By car, it is 8 hours and 20 minutes. No route available for train. Walking, it would take you 182 hours. And by bike, it would take you 56 hours. If you want a bike from Ohio to New York, it's going to take you like over 2 days. Mad. Like 2 days and a half. Jesus. And then planes is like 3 hours and a half, £140. So it's like, they're not going to have $140 or like $200 to fly between places. So Kurt and Blaine aren't going to really see each other. So I don't get why they don't have a goodbye moment. That was a bit odd. Oh yeah, so what was the character? Glee? I don't know the character, to be honest. Let me just go on Trite, actually, that's probably easier. So overall, and the songs as well, the songs were solid. I think there was only one bad song. Rachel's solo was sick, which was kind of crossed with, if I want to say, Supergirl. Blaine's was really good. That was a 10 out of 10. That was probably the best of the episode. The last one was good, but then lost me. That got a 7 out of 10 just because the editing was terrible and it just didn't make sense with what was going on with Kurt. So that just kind of put me off. Yeah, from Supergirl. Okay, cool. I needed to know that, otherwise I would have been would have been on my mind. So yeah, there was another song in there, Unique. Oh yeah, Unique, Blaine and Britney's kind of duet, whatever. That was all really good. So the songs were solid actually. I think we had a 10 out of 10 already because Blaine just went ham as he always does. So I like that. So overall, I think it was a good start. Not sure on the new characters. Don't like some of the choices they did with rushing Kurt's story and definitely rushing Rachel's I Feel Alone storyline. I just wish they waited just one more, even just one more episode would have been better, I think, to kind of go to those like state of minds of oh, you need to get out of it, Kurt, you got your dreams, and Rachel, oh, I'm alone. It's just like, it's a bit too early, I feel like, in the season. They've been there a week, like, come on. So rating, I'm going to go an 8.2 out of 10. This had the potential to honestly be like an 8.8, a very high 8, if they just fixed some of the storylines and didn't rush certain things. And some of the editing choices was better. This maybe even could have been a 9. I don't know, there's something about this episode that I really liked, but I just can't. And oh, and also the Glee Club suddenly bullying people and being like, Unique, you can't be yourself. Save that for Broadway. Meh. And then being like, oh, the Glee Club accepted me with open arms. No, they didn't. They did the opposite. I did not get that at all. I don't know if Unique was being sarcastic, but I don't think so. It didn't come across as sarcasm. And then going off at like the character's mum just being like, coming out with all these shitty fat jokes, and it's just like, have we learned nothing? I said the same thing to Santana and Mercedes when they did it to Coach Beast. I'm going to say the same to Artie and Brittany again. Oh god, shock, it's Brittany. Like the only reason I'm a bit more lenient to Blaine and Sam is because exactly like was it Tina when they said it to Coach Beast, they didn't say anything, they just kind of sat there and let it happen. So I mean, okay, still not great, but at least they weren't there saying it. So Artie rolling up like, I'm such a great guy. You're not, you're really not, mate, you're such a prick. And they try and make out like such great development and like they will never bully anyone again, and then they're being there like, we're so accepting of everyone, we're the Glee Club, we don't put labels on anyone. Meh, comes out with fat joke 5 minutes earlier. Like, what is that shit? Who writes this? It's so stupid, man. They just don't, they're not self-aware about anything that they come out with in these scripts. Like the dialogue is just so, it just doesn't make sense because you're saying shit and then doing one thing in the next scene that just overlaps that. So I don't see the point. Like, why? Just don't have them say the fat jokes. Like, what they should have done is had the bullies start saying that shit, and then if anything, have characters like Brittany. Have Brittany pipe up and say, yo, that's not cool. We're the Glee Club, we don't accept that shit. And then Brittany would have been like, oh, Brittany said a line of dialogue that was actually good. But no, instead they have Brittany and Artie joining in. I know they felt a bit like intimidated because they want to have friends with the cool kids, but yo, that's just pissed me off. It's actually pissed me off. I don't know why I went on a rant then. That's just so stupid because this isn't the first time they've done it. If this was the first time in Glee that they kind of did that, I'd be like, oh, that was a bit weird, but whatever. But they do it every single episode where they just don't make sense. Glee Club is accepting of all, bullies half the school. Whatever. 8.2 out of 10, guys. This could have been like a high 8 or a 9, but I'm gonna go rant to the Discord right now because that's just pissed me off. I need to talk to people about it. It's like therapy. Glee puts you into therapy. That's what it does. Alright, there we go, guys. A very good premiere, though. That aside, it was a very solid premiere. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you want those early and uncuts, then a link to the Patreon page will, of course, be down below. And I'll see you next time for episode 2. Until then, peace.